Hello everyone, my name is Scott, investment intern here with the Apex team.
Hello, you know me, Steven, the lead sales agent with the Apex team.
So Steven, I've always wondered, is there a benefit to buying a house rather than renting?
Yeah, there's multiple benefits in my opinion.
So with your experience, what are some pros and cons of renting?
So on the pro side, you can get into a house for relatively cheap, especially if you don't have great credit or a lot of money, or if you're gonna be in the area for a very short amount of time.
Okay.
The con of that though is it's not your house. So you're very limited to what you can do. You're basically paying someone else's mortgage. You're losing opportunity to gain equity and build your wealth. I mean, there's many cons. Those are the big ones, I think.
So in terms of home buying, what are the benefits of that? Pros and cons.
Yeah, so it's almost reversed. You can get into a house, and if the market increases, you could essentially turn that into money. It's an asset later on down the line that you can use. You're building equity. It's almost like a savings account. I always say you're going to pay a mortgage, whether it's your mortgage or someone else's mortgage.
True.
If you're paying someone else's mortgage, you're making them rich.
Yeah.
If you're paying yours, you're building your wealth.
Gotcha. So if I have bad credit, right, I just automatically can't buy a house. If I didn't pay a few payments, I can't buy a house, right?
No, that's a pretty common falsehood among new buyers.
Okay.
You can get qualified at a reasonable credit score. We have incredible lenders that can help you out. That number varies substantially. It's always worth talking to a lender, because even if right now you can't get qualified, our lenders will teach you what you need to do and show you what you should do to increase that credit score to become qualified later on.
So that's great, but what if I also don't have any cash for a down payment? I can't afford closing costs.
See, I look at it like this. When you're getting into a house to rent, for example, you're gonna pay 1 month's rent and a half, sometimes 2 months rent. So if you're renting a house for $1,000, you have to come to the table with $2,000. I've sold houses with down payment assistance programs that they come to the table with $500. So a quarter of what you're gonna pay when you're renting. So those benefits aren't even matched if you can qualify for a down payment assistance program, if you have a VA loan qualification. There's many instances that we can help you get into a house for a purchase instead of renting that's cheaper.
Wow, that's really great stuff. So with all that great information that you just shared, what's the financial difference between buying and renting?
So besides what we talked about with the closing costs up front, if we're just looking at that monthly payment, many times with buyers that I've talked to looking for a single family residence in Tucson, for example, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, which is the most common here in Tucson, they're paying anywhere from $1,000 to $1,200 a month for rent. If you purchase a home with the way interest rates are right now, you can get into that house, depending on your HOA and your interest rate, between $800, $900. So you're saving anywhere between $200 and $300 a month.
That's awesome. So how would that look long term? Let's say I'm in Tucson for 5 years. How much would I save throughout that time?
Sure, so if you look at our website, and there's a link here connected, if you click on that, you'll see a graph. But over a 5-year span, we average, with the way Tucson homes are and the sale price and whatnot, the average savings over purchasing a home and renting a home is about $25,000.
Wow. So if I was looking to move, if I had to move from Tucson with my house, I could use that for a down payment, right?
Exactly.
Wow.
You can use that for down payment. There's multitude of options that you have with that kind of cash, as you well know. Something that we encounter many times when I talk to potential renters, they talk to me and say, well, we're only gonna live there for 2 years. That's okay, because you can get into a house for a very minimal amount of money up front. And as long as you're making that monthly payment, like I said in the example before, if you get into a rental, for example, you get into a purchase for say $800 a month, and we could rent that for whatever, $1,100 a month. That's $300 a month you're cash flowing on that.
So what you're saying is if I've moved from that property but still keep it under my name, the Apex team can take it over and rent it out for me?
Exactly.
Wow.
That's exactly what I'm saying. And at that point, it becomes a performing asset for you, making you money while you're not here. And then you can use that to go and purchase another home wherever you go. And you now have an investment property in Tucson that we will help you take care of.
Well, that's all great information. Steve, thanks for sitting down with us. You heard it here, heard it from Steven, our lead sales agent. Thank you for watching the video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.